I made cinnamon rolls out of my yeast infection, and I have to say, they turned out.
I do not give a singular.
This is why you should not make cinnamon rolls or any baked goods out of your yeast infection. I know I came on here and said I made cinnamon. My husband is making me make this video because someone that knows us in real life came up to him and said, does your wife have a TikTok? And my husband, he doesn't have the poker face I have. So he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And you know, I made cinnamon rolls out of my yeast infection, and I have to say, they turned out pretty damn good. These are actually what I gave my husband for Valentine's Day. It's cinnamon rolls made from not only the yeast from my yeast infection, but also my breast milk. So it's like really natural. And when he tried it, he noticed immediately that they tasted a little different than they normally do when I make him cinnamon rolls. And he was like, what did you do differently? It's really good. And I said, actually, it was my yeast infection and breast milk, you know? One thing I will say is they taste like, almost like sourdough. Like they're a little more sour than like a normal cinnamon roll would be. And I think that's due to it being like yeast from my body. But overall, I mean, they're good. He liked them. He did say they were different, but like not in a bad way. This is why you should not make cinnamon rolls or any baked goods out of your yeast infection. I just want to do some damage control because I know I came on here and said I made cinnamon rolls out of my yeast infection and they turned out really good, and they did. They tasted really good, but we consumed them, and 2 days later these white spots start popping up on mine and my husband's tongue, and I'm Googling what that means, and it says it's oral thrush, which is essentially a yeast infection for your mouth, and the reason we have it is because we consumed my yeast infection. So what I thought was a very special Valentine's gift, truly a pastry made with love from things that came from my body, turned out to be the present of oral thrush. And it's not fun having it. It's not the most comfortable thing to live with. It's kind of painful, and I just feel so bad for giving it to my husband, and I'm thinking I need to make it up to him in some way. Now
my parents are cousins, and that actually is true. I took one of those tests. I was like, Dad, why is mom's cousin on your side? And he was like, eat your meatloaf. And
my parents are cousins, first cousins.
We cried a lot.
Y'all are all siblings?
Yeah, we didn't really know what to do.
Have you guys heard that like when you marry first cousins, the children potentially could have some mutations? Which one of you has a mutation?
I have a lazy eye.
Would you guys, after finding this out, consider marrying one of your own cousins?
No! Why would you ask that? I mean, if he was hot, I don't know.
What's something you've never told your parents?
One time I was at a family reunion and I hooked up with my cousin.
Oh, sweetheart, your father and I have always known, but I don't want you to feel ashamed. It's actually very common where you grew up, in Maine.
What's something you've never told your parents?
So most people want to first don't fuck your parents and every like.
I heard you told your friends and I'm just not your type. If that's how you really feel, then why'd you call last night? You say all I ever do is just control your life. But how you gonna lie like that? How you gonna lie like that?
Funny story.
Nobody.
Look.
Mawson has a rare genetic disease which is gradually destroying his body. He was born with it because his mother and father are first cousins.
yeah, and when I was shopping, like someone came up to me.
I've noticed black people have the genius to put the curse word after they say the race of the person.
Hey, so we are cousins and we're dating, and people always ask us a ton of questions about it, so we're just doing a part 2 kind of answering the questions we usually get. How does our family feel about it? They don't.
I never understood the concept of making fun of somebody because their parents are related. Even if my dad or mom was cousins or even brother and sister, you should never make fun of somebody like me. Because how is that my fault? Imagine going to school every day and people are just bullying you and making fun of you because...
Is that your boyfriend that you're with?
I'm a woman.
What's that?
I'm a woman.
Yeah, the dude you're with, is that...
That's my husband.
Oh, okay, cool. You're great at answering questions. I knew you were... I don't see gender, Seattle, but I will be okay, just wipe those tears off of your face. I'm sorry. I will be okay, just wipe those tears off of your face. I'm sorry.
It's an evil word.
Since most people What is the truth?
Profits.
Wait, who tagged?
I learned that.
I don't wash my hands. Wait, who tagged me in this? I'm done. I'm done hiding it. Also, we talked about this. Yes. Boys washing their hand, that means your dick's dirty. If you have to wash your hand after you pee, what, do you get a dirty dick?
telling all these hygiene
And why do
rules?
girls have to wash it? We don't touch nothing. We don't even touch
Yes,
nothing.
you do, bitch. You're touching
take a
the
shit.
foot.
Wash your hands. I will wash my hands when I take a shit always.
Flushing
Yes, but
things.
why do I have to wash my hands? For what? I'm not sticking my hand up my vagina. And you know what's crazy?
See, this is
and
why
I think a lot of people do this. Like,
why
if I'm in a public
y'all gonna go
restroom
extinct
and
sooner
there's
than
people
everybody
in the
else.
stalls,
That's
I
why.
will even
Because
after I
y'all
eat,
doing
go to the
stuff,
sink,
you're not
wash the
washing
water,
yourself.
run the water, pretend I'm washing my hands.
And you go
get out of there. Paper towels, get out, or I'll run.
I'm done.
I'll
Good
run
night.
out of the bathroom.
Good night.
Yeah, the
Good the
person's
fuck.
What's the first thing you wash?
Okay, I definitely go hair first.
Hair first?
Hair first.
Do you wash your hair every time?
Well, I only take like one shower every 6 days, so
So you start with hair.
start with hair.
And then
one thing I found out about white girls, and I don't know if it's all white girls, but
I don't say we avoid bathing, but we bathe very rarely.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that you're talking.
I don't wash my hands. Oh, I was gonna say that too. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done hiding it. Also,
anybody please explain to me how we're living in a...
Okay, fellas, how do you know if...
15 celebs with bad hygiene habits. 15. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was characterized as flatulent by Clark Gable. She had a habit of eating in bed. She used to tuck soiled dishes behind her bed linens. Monroe often walked around barefoot. Plus, she neglected to take a shower. 14. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift only washes her upper body. She thinks shaving is sufficient to maintain her legs' cleanliness. She doesn't wash them with soap. 13. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian takes frequent showers. Twice a week, she gives her hair a wash. Kim, however, doesn't take off her makeup before night. She doesn't have time to apply cosmetics in the morning. 12. Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio doesn't use cologne. It's harmful to the environment, in his opinion. DiCaprio also restricts how much water he drinks. He takes a shower about twice a week. 11. Adele. Adele frequently picks her nose. She made it known in an interview. Adele plucks her son's boogers as well. She enjoys balling them up between her fingers. She just tosses the ball away after that. 10. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Mila Kunis grew up without hot water. She doesn't usually take frequent showers. Kunis stays away from overdoing the soap on her body. She cleans only what's necessary. Ashton Kutcher, her spouse, has a similar stance. He takes a shower only when he feels dirty. Unless the filth is clearly obvious, the couple doesn't bathe their kids. 9. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence doesn't take care of her teeth. She and Liam Hemsworth had a kissing scene once. The fragrance prevented him from continuing the kiss. Lawrence had eaten tuna and garlic as a snack. Afterward, she neglected to wash her teeth.
And then use your hands.
What?
How are you using stuff?
One thing you can tell a white person that'll make them glitch.
That there is actually scientific evidence that those of white European descent
should be bathing more than other ethnicities. White people, especially white males, have a variation of the ABCC11 gene that causes us to produce a more pungent body odor. So stop making excuses. Go wash your ass. Damn, some of y'all walking around smelling like a 2-day-old Whataburger bag.
What is one thing you can...
Mookie, go get that red bag!
There are two reasons for that, okay? The first reason being that most of us don't scrub our skin, which causes the dead skin cells to remain on the body. In contact with water, they can produce a scent that's been, received as some kind of wet dog smell by some people. The second one is that our scalp produces excess sebum, which causes our hair to become greasy and oily a lot faster. Yeah. When rain touches you, where touches you first? On the head, right? So that's why the hair or the head of a white person can have a certain type of smell. Overall, hair is not supposed to produce that much sebum. The ordinary or the average white person's body hygiene is difficult, to say the least.
Hey, black people! Is it true that whenever... Alright, the wet dog smell. How do you get that? Where do you obtain that from? Is it the wetness outside? Is it your pores opening up? It smells like somebody's breath to me or something. How do you get that? Somebody explain.
Why is it already stinking? Hey! Hey!
So I've just been out biking for sort of 10 to 20 minutes with wet hair because it's summer now, apparently. And I came back and my hair smells like wet dog, and I don't know why this happens. I've heard it only happens to white people, and I'm pretty sure it's true because I know a lot of white people that smell like this after being outside the entire day. There's something in our hair and in the city air that does this. It just smells like wet dog. So if you know why, please put it in the comments, because this is an interesting scientific thing to research.
I remember the first time I heard someone say that white people smell like wet dogs. And now that I know, I can't unsmell it. So I looked into it, and there's a reason for it. It's called sebum. It's an oil that's produced in your hair follicles that gets into your hair, and it's the same kind of oil that dogs produce in their hair. All humans have it, but we produce it at different rates, and our hair being different, it kind of mixes in there differently. Shampoo can wash that oil out, but when it's completely gone, then your body goes into overdrive and produces a ton of it, and can actually make your hair oilier and make you smell more like a wet dog. It took me a while to find a good balance of how much to wash my hair and what to wash it with, to try to keep some of the natural oils without getting rid of them entirely, but also not looking like a greasy swamp monster and smelling like a wet dog. But I still avoid being around people when my hair is wet, just in case.
How I don't smell like wet dog. These pants always smelled like yoga aroma. I'd wash them, and they'd be back before I even got to class. Finally, I discovered the new Tide and Downy Odor Defense Collection. Tide gets out the yoga aroma, while Downy keeps them fresh all day. How I don't smell like wet dog, wet dog, wet dog. How I don't smell like wet dog, wet dog. I smell good. Don't just mask odors, eliminate them with the new Tide and Downy Odor Defense Collection.
So I've just been out biking.
Maybe we should get a...
Hold on. It smells different up here. It's a smell I got for a second. Didn't smell like a carcass or anything. It smelled like...
Smells wet. Yeah, it smells wet.
Yeah, I mean, it is wet and damp up here, but like it was weird. It was odd.
A lot of people say that there's a very strong, pungent, wet dog-like smell associated with Bigfoot.
The funny thing is, I'm hesitant to describe it as a wet dog smell because I don't want to be so on the nose, but the only way to describe that smell was wet dog. No, it's gone.
It was in 2021. It was on my property. I have 20 acres of land in Kentucky here. And
this dog smells Bigfoot on me. That big hairy cunt smells like a wet dog. They call me the dog whisperer. They usually hump my leg or bite me.
I'm gonna take you home.
This dog smell.
Okay, without trying to offend Bigfoot, I would have to say skunky, garbage, and musk.
Smelly, rotting flesh. Skunky, wet dog. Skunky, wet dog. Skunky, wet dog.
Skunky, wet dog.
3 words that describe Bigfoot's.
Go ahead and look up this story of a Toronto woman who submitted her DNA to a dog DNA test and it came back that she was a husky. This story is, as far as I can tell, verifiably true, but there's a catch. She used a company called DNA My Dog, and I looked it up and...
Have you ever used one of these pet DNA tests and wondered how accurate they are? In this article, the investigative team at CBS News Boston sends in a swab from the cheeks of a human woman, and the results list her as 28% bulldog, 40% border collie, and 32% cane corso.
You see yourself as a bulldog? Some people would agree with that at times, but no.
Have you ever used one of these?
Let's talk about the dog. The dog has 90% human DNA. This is why it is man's best friend. What most of us don't realize is that half of the animals that you guys are eating are 90% human DNA. So majority of the people on the planet are actually cannibals, and they eating humans just because they can't speak with the same voice.
If your puppy looks like this, take it to the vet.
Dog facts number 59, doggy DNA relatives. If you conduct a DNA test on your dog, you can uncover its genetic connections and delve into your pet's ancestral lineage. This enables you to gain insight into the family tree of your beloved furry friend. Let's explore their ancestral lineage together, one tail-wagging discovery at a time.
What's up, YouTube? So, Troglodyte, part 6. I don't know what part this is. Troglodyte, right? You see what we got on the screen. Okay. Relating to or resembling a dog. Canine, a dog. The majority agree, right? A pointed foot between the incisors and premolars of a mammal, like your canine teeth, are greatly enlarged and carnivorous. See, this is why I said it's the flesh-eating ape, right? Enlarged in carnivores. Most primates use their canine teeth for fighting. Let's get deep into it. Now remember, I'm gonna pull this up on y'all, but Darwin was a zoologist, not a human evolutionist. Darwin was a zoologist. Shout out Crumb TV, he dropped that lesson. So Darwin only knew apes and zoos, right? Related to the canine family, dog family, canine species, right? A canid, right? Canis, caninus, canine. All these words, right? And we know what the canine is, right? So it's already a link between the dog and the human with the word canine, because you see images, you got people mouth, dog mouth, and people mouth, right? That's not a dog, but we talking canine. Look at number 3. We talking canine. Look at number 3, right? Okay, now, since we talking the etymology, right? The Canaanites, right? These is something to do with the Canaanite, right? Canaanite. So, who are them? You can't make this shit up. Who is the current name of Canaanite? Right, the territory of the southwest Levant, which today encompasses Israel and the West Bank, Gaza, Syria, Lebanon. Right, this is the Canaanites, the Canaan, the Holy Land of Israel, the Canaan, the dog people. Let's see what it say right here. The demonym, right? You see the root word. I didn't type this. I ain't making this up, right? Canaanite serves as a ethical catch-all covering various indigenous populations. Nomadic. Who are the nomadic people? That's the Troglodyte. The caveman is nomadic. The Neanderthal is nomadic. Talk black to me. Take your work voice off. Take your, you know how you talk, hey, how you doing? Take that voice off. Talk black to me. What you talking about? Right? The nomad. Let's see, throughout region, southern Levant, Canaanites, most frequently used ethnic terms. So it's an ethnic term in the Bible. Let's see what Wikipedia said. The name Canaanite appears throughout the Bible as its geography associated with the Promised Land. As the edonym of the people later known as the ancient Greeks, or known to the ancient Greeks as Phoenicians. After the immigration of the Phoenicians and Canaanite speaker to the Carthage. Get into the etymology, talk black to me. The term English Canaan comes from the Hebrew Canaan, right? It's Khan, Khan, like king. Genghis Khan, Khanan. In the Latin, Canaan, like naan bread, naan. Kana, Khna. See, I gotta get into this etymology. Original implies an original meaning of lowlands in contrast with Aram, which means the highest land. Okay. So that Canaan and Phoenicia would be synonyms, land of purple, perp of El, purple. We're gonna get into Phoenicia in a hot second, right? Newsy, synonym is red or purple dye, right? The purple, the cult of purple. A lot of the black pastors wear purple. Black Hebrew Israelites wear purple, right? Walk with me. Notice the real, not the real, but what we know is the tiny hats. They don't never wear purple. They wear black and white. Sephardic, Seditic, Orthodox, you name it. Or blue and white on the flag. Ain't no purple. Right? Keep it going. You got Babylon, right? Okay. The Jai. Lebanon, ancient Egypt name for Canaanite, covering the region from Gaza. Okay, so this probably why a lot of people don't rock with the from Africa, out of Africa narrative, because if this land was promised to you, it's like you wasn't there at first. If it's promised to you, it's not. If you were there, you were there. It wouldn't be promised to you. So it's like a Christmas gift. Like I promise you a birthday gift. If you already had it, if you were there, I'm like, I promise to take you to Disneyland. I'm already in Disneyland. I'm already here. What do you mean you promised to take me to Disneyland? I'm in Disneyland. I'm talking to you on the phone from Disneyland. Right? So the Canaanite story is y'all check out Satan's Guide to the Bible, right? See, I like to see both sides of the argument, and their thing was the Canaanites went up there and slaughtered man, woman, and child. Joshua, some other people got in trouble because they ain't slaughter man, woman, and child to take over the Canaanites' land. All the ites, Hittites, Moabites, Levites, all the ites. The Canaanites was supposed to knock their ass off and take over the fucking Carter, the block, the apartment building. Right? Knock everybody off. Man, woman, dog, and child. Knock, right? On the order of Yahweh. Right? So, Canaanites, right? That's let me show you something else. I think Crip Jesus touched on this. Right? So you see Crip Jesus touched on that about the Canaanite bloodlines. Right. Let's see if we can get some images out of him.
The Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal were said to be inhabited by wolf-headed people who were depicted in a book.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to do
They are literally black, right? Right. Now, which is the great
let me pause that. We're gonna have to do a live reaction to this. The Canaanite bloodline. Right? Because walking it back, who smells like the Canaan? Who smells identical to the Canaan? Right? Let me show y'all another one. I guess I just gotta do it like this. Yeah, I gotta go check this dude out. But he did the research. Let me see if I can find the video. Let me see if I can find the video. Troglodytes, ladies and gentlemen, troglodytes. We're getting to the bottom of the troglodytes. The wolf man, the dog man, the cave man, okay, the ape man. We'll do a review of that one too. We break down the Rh negative in the troglodyte DNA. But hold on, we getting here you go right here.
And the Native American groups, the mother and father, I traced it all the way back to the Jar tribe. Stretches of genetic material that turned up in 300. See, here we go, hunter man. See, go according to the Caucasoid chimp, contributing.
Maybe we'll do a live reaction to that too. The troglodyte. Review some other people that chopped it up. Now that we got the capabilities, but you know, this article, I mean this post from 7 years ago, he did some research on you know, crackers having dog DNA. And he break down the reverse engineering from gods to apes. How the Tamahu, right? We're gonna have to review all this. The time of who, right?
Everyone, I'm back.
Yeah, my man get wild from 10 years ago.
If you get offended by the language that I use,
so you know
my videos are not for you.
Show, you know, I've been.
If you don't like the fact that I cuss in my presentations, my videos are not for you.
10 years ago.
And if you get offended
when this first dropped,
and you don't like how I present things, and you think I come off as a buffoon or whatever the case is, I really don't give a shit. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Don't like how I do my presentation. Here's where we're able to construct because they're not on that level spiritual.
Genesis, it's all a bit nebulous. And so it was.
Maybe we'll do a review into that. I mean, a live reaction to that too. Right. They'll break down the RH negative.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm. You know, I've been researching and digging and. You know, come up with some dirt.
Indisputable proof.
Usual. I'm gonna come up with some dirt now.
Hybrid species.
You know.
Right.
And the dirt that I come up with
we
leads me to these questions I want to ask.
These things. But yeah, you know. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you share the video. I appreciate that. You know, share the video. And you know, soon we'll get a membership. And you know, we'll start talking about some things offline, you know, that we can't say on YouTube. But like I say, like and subscribe, share the video. I'm out.